Massive news for Ripple. I believe XRP and Bitcoin by 2030 will be number one and number two. I believe XRP will flip Ethereum by 2030. In today's video, I'm going to break down how Brad Garlinghouse predicted a black swan coming, or maybe he called it a white swan. But remember, problem, reaction, solution. By 2030, I believe XRP and Bitcoin will be the number one and number two. I believe Ripple will be one of the most dominant companies in the financial industry. Bitcoin will be fully seen as a store of value like gold. As Jerome Powell said, it's not a competition for the dollar, it is a competition for gold. XRP is one of the most disruptive technologies that can help the liquidity crisis and the banking problem in America and globally. And I truly believe that this is the greatest opportunity in human history for the normal everyday person, Main Street, to get a piece of Wall Street. But I'll never share with you anything I am not doing myself. Very important to understand. One thing that we need to take a look at is how the American monetary system works. And why does BlackRock say that Bitcoin is now a flight to quality? I want you to think about this for just a moment. I want to give you some perspective. So, as Americans specifically, is you clock in and clock out and you trade time for money. Valuable time away from your family, you're trading time for money to take care of your family. When you get paid on Friday, every single Friday, you're actually paid in someone else's debt. There is no money in the system. There's more debt than there is income. We have fractional reserve banking. When you put $10,000 into the bank, they lend it to the next person walking in. And that gets multiplied over and over and over again, and no new money was created. So you trade time for money away from your family. When you get paid that money, you're paid in someone else's debt in America. Then you take your debt that you were paid in for trading time for money and you gamble it in the 401k. They teach us how to gamble. So not only are we getting paid in someone else's debt, but we're taking our debt and we're putting it in learning how to gamble. And then we're hoping that we can retire in the future. You're hoping that the markets will be favorable. Imagine if you retired in between 2006 and 2008. Think about that for just a moment. So this is much bigger than cryptocurrency. This is the age of Aquarius. It's the age of authenticity. It's the age of us taking sovereignty of our mind, our health, and our wealth. Why do you think RFK says he has most of his wealth in Bitcoin? It's because a blockchain has been created where you actually can become your own bank. So build a long-term horizon. Get out of the get rich quick mentality. 6 years, you're very, very early. Main Street can actually get a piece of Wall Street, but what's more important than anything is understanding who's going to be standing at the end. I believe it's going to be Bitcoin and XRP battling for number one and number two. Bitcoin is a completely different mechanism than XRP. Bitcoin is a store of value like gold. That's why BlackRock said it's a flight to quality now. There's a reason behind that. If you study 2025, as the energy, remember, billionaires use astrology, millionaires use chart. Based on astrology, we're going into an inflationary environment. They're going into a deflationary asset. They're playing a different game, guys. Know the game. And number two, XRP is a bridge currency that can radically transform our financial system as we know it. And there's many other cryptocurrencies, XLM, which Jed McCabe left Ripple to create XLM, which is more consumer. You have things like HBAR, QNT, many other tokens out there that are going to help change the ecosystem. So we have to get out of the get rich quick mentality and pull ourselves to a 30,000 foot overview, get out of the silly tribalism. The tribalism is crazy. The battles in between XRP and Bitcoin and within the XRP community. Remember, guys, they got us to divide and conquer with left and right politically. And now they're getting us to divide and conquer within cryptocurrency. Wake up. God, family, protect your ecosystem at all costs and stay out of another man and woman's business. And let's get our shit together. And let's really, really help transform the future of our family's finances. So we're going to dive in today's video. I'm going to show you how Brad Garlinghouse, this was on Chris Voskis's podcast, great last name. This is where Brad Garlinghouse talked about a black swan coming. He seems to be the oracle. He's starting to predict these things, so we'll take a look at this. I've showed you this video before, but I like to show things over and over and over again until it gets ingrained in your subconscious mind, which will become an unconscious activity. And that's why I repeat the same things over and over and over until it becomes unconscious for me, my family, and my ecosystem. That's why we read the Bible every single day till it becomes unconscious in our behaviors. That's very, very important. That's what the television does. It tells you a vision, channels information, and it programs you. So it's very important for you to do your own programming. So listen to this, then I'm going to take you through some things happening that I think is aligning with what Brad Garlinghouse is saying. And then we're going to take a look at what countries all over the world are doing with Bitcoin.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's going to be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be like
predicted.
Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The US government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, and I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have on the rest of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Do you think, is it possible to take out Bitcoin, for instance? Like, do you think there's any sort of technological thing that could take out Bitcoin, high performance computing or quantum computing, or there's a lot of rumors out there, but I'm curious from a technologist standpoint too, is like, are there any existential threats to the core asset propping this entire ecosystem up?
Yeah. I'm not smart enough to say yes.
Yeah.
I would say, look, as much as I think Chris Larson is genius level, being able to see around corners about where the world's going, David Schwartz, the chief technology officer at Ripple, and really one of the architects of the XRP ledger. I mean, this guy's genius level on technology that I'm just like, I'm in awe of being able to work with him. I did call him once, and I'm like, I had some conversation with somebody who's in quantum computing, and it's kind of like, should I be worried about this? And he walked me through why he felt this isn't like a little bit like that's a red herring. That's not a real thing.
Okay, so we'll leave you right there. So all the things, we can follow people on Twitter saying this is going to happen, or we can follow some of the smartest people in the world that are creating these technologies, right? The things that you're worried about, 99% of the stuff is not going to happen. The stuff that you're stressed about and creating all this anxiety. And that's why I have an exit plan. That's why I'm not married to cryptocurrency. That's why I have a diversification plan. So it relaxes us. Like, we're creating all these boogeymen. We're creating all these boogeymen that are really messing up people's portfolio, right? Build a plan, stick to it. Okay, so this is where it goes into what Brad Garlinghouse was talking about. I'd love to hear your comments down below. EU silence does not make USDT MiCA compliant, says executive. Well, MiCA's implementation phase ended on December 30th, 2024. There's also a transition 18-month phase in MiCA's 36-month timeline. So there's something going on. It says the European Union's cryptocurrency regulations are set to take full effect in just a matter of days, but there's still a significant amount of uncertainty on Tether's USDT stablecoin. And Brad Garlinghouse said that America is going after USDT. Okay. Well, we got some big news. MoonPay has been going just ham on Ripple. So cool. They had an achievement unlocked. We received approval under markets and crypto assets MiCA regulation in the Netherlands. This enables MoonPay to innovate crypto payments across Europe. And we know that Ripple's USDT is now available for purchase on MoonPay. So what is going on here is that Ripple's stablecoin is coming in. It's like everything flipped. It was all against Ripple in America, and now Ripple's becoming the American company. It's an interesting dynamic happening, right? Trump wasn't a big crypto person, and now Bitcoin's going to be America's going to be the crypto capital of the world, and Ripple's probably going to want to be the biggest financial companies in America. It's a really neat thing to see flipped, right? Just in analysis, analysts predict Bitcoin's correction will continue until Trump's inauguration. We've been talking about that in our academy. For the next 20 days, it probably will a little bit sideways, but buckle up after the inauguration. You should see this go parabolic. What you're seeing is like monkey see, monkey do, right? When America brings it underneath the treasury, countries are going to be scrambling. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, guys. There's only 6% of the supply left. They're only mining it for another 116 years. And so countries exploring strategic Bitcoin reserve, there's a lot of countries diving into it. Germany, Hong Kong, Poland, Russia, Japan are all considering Bitcoin strategic reserves. Leak reveals Russia's bid for Bitcoin reserve amid huge 2025 price prediction. We got just in, Hong Kong legislature proposes adding Bitcoin to national reserve for financial security. Breaking, former finance minister says ECB and the German central bank should consider including Bitcoin in their reserves. And breaking, Grayscale Research updates its top 20 crypto assets for Q1 2025. Bitcoin, ETH, number 1, number 2. Okay, so here's my thesis. And again, I'm speaking from wisdom. So I believe knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. I only speak from the paradigm that I am expressing, and I am living truly myself. Okay. I truly believe that Bitcoin is going to be a store of value like gold. I'm holding it 100%. I'm not exiting my Bitcoin. Okay. I'm just holding it like a piece of gold, and I'm going to continue to accumulate it on a daily basis. And when it dips, I'm going to buy more. We're actually building a Bitcoin treasury for our companies. Okay. XRP. We hold XRP for our companies and personally, and I'm going to continue to accumulate XRP. I buy it every single day. I dollar cost average every day. When it dips, I buy more. I'm a long-term, and I have many other cryptocurrencies. I'm a long-term holder, but I will mature my portfolio by 2030. I will start to condense from small caps, mid caps into probably the top 5, and I'll condense it down because of the diversification strategy that I have. So when I profit in my alternative coins, my altcoins, which is all other outside of Bitcoin, I use the risk pyramid. That's how I feel so safe and secure. I pull profits off the top of the risk pyramid, which crypto is at the top of the risk pyramid, high risk, high return. I de-risk down into cash value life insurance to protect my principal. I can borrow against my cash value, and I'm compounding every 7 years at about 10%, every 7 years at 10%, which is the power of compound, right? So now I'm compounding. I can borrow against my cash value, richest man in Babylon. I'll continue to buy more silver. I need to get into more real estate for tax liabilities. And I'm building an ETF dividend strategy based on the volatility of cryptocurrency, where I'm going to create cash flow during the bull market all the way through the bear market. And with that cash flow from the dividend stocks, I'm going to de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP. So my goal is, with my earned income from my companies, is to get to a point where my assets pay for all my debts and non-negotiables, and all my earned income will go back into the markets. And I'll continue this process until my family is secure from generation to generation. And on top of that, I put what's called the Rockefeller waterfall system. So I'm not touting the Rockefellers. I have what's called the dynasty trust for my family. 50% goes to my kids, 50% goes into the dynasty. And then we have it set up where the insurance policies are attached to the trust. And so then we can bank on ourselves through our insurance policies. So we profit, we pull, we secure, we compound, we grow. We make sure that if we want stuff, we put on a vision board. And until an asset can pay for the liability, we don't buy it. And until my family is taken care of through assets without earned income, I will not buy in things that I want. Very important. As the head of your household, specifically a man, it is your job to make sure the debts are paid off, to make sure your family is taken care of. With your cryptocurrency profits, you shouldn't be buying Lambos and big houses. You should be buying assets that make sure that your family is taken care of, number one. Once your debts and non-negotiables are taken care of, once all your debts are paid off, and once your family is secured for the future, then you start to buy the stuff. And only then you start to buy the stuff. And you buy the stuff with assets. So if you want a Lambo, you go buy a property that pays for the Lambo, or get an insurance policy, borrow against the cash value, and use exotic car hacks to buy an asset. You need to start thinking differently. We need to stop buying things we want and get things we need, and be very, very focused. Listen to me, very focused. For me, it's God, family, protecting my ecosystem at all costs, and staying out of another man and woman's business. It's helped me so much in my journey. So I love you guys very, very much. Huge warnings, absolutely out of control out there. I'm putting warnings on every single video. I do not invest people's crypto. We do not have a trading platform. I will never DM you proactively. I'll never ask about your crypto. I'll never ask you to send us money directly, ever. QFS accounts are a scam. I will never, no, don't send anybody your money or crypto. Do not do that. It is a scam, scam, scam. I'm going to keep talking about it on every single video. What we do have for you is we get hundreds of messages, so we built resources for you. In the description of this video, you'll see a needs assessment. That is specifically around ensuring your family, ensuring your wealth, okay, and setting your family up for the future. It's a retirement strategy. I have a whole team in all 50 states and Canada to help you with retirement strategies around using insurance, okay? They will text you, call you, email you. What I do may not work for you, so we do a retirement strategy for you specifically. That's specifically for insurance. On the other side, I have the Coach JV Academy, my 120-day challenge. I've helped over 9,800 people now. The numbers are going up so fast. 9,800 people worldwide get their shit together in the craziest economic times. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision creation, get in the vibe, get in the tribe, live calls, Q&A calls, education, and support so that you feel that you can walk up this mountain arm in arm with us, and we can help our families. This is the greatest time in human history. Remember, we got a long run ahead of us. Get out of the get rich quick mindset. Bull run number 1 is your bumps and bruises. You're in it. You're learning. You're building the foundation. We got some rewiring to do. Bull run number 2, which will be 2028 to 2030. That is your wealth bull run. Bull run number 3 is your generational wealth. Okay. So I'm in bull run number 2. And then our next one is going to be for generation to generation. You got this. Take a deep breath. We got plenty of time. Warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Let's go.